What you will learn from this story is truly inspiring, so sit back and take notes. George Foreman was a force of nature, a true titan in the world of boxing. His presence in the ring was nothing short of intimidating, and his opponents often found themselves overwhelmed by his sheer power and relentless aggression. He was a heavyweight boxing champion, known for his brute strength and knockout power. His punches were like sledgehammers, and he quickly earned a reputation as one of the most fearsome fighters of his era. He dominated the ring in the early 1970s, striking fear into the hearts of his opponents. His reign seemed unassailable, and many believed he was unbeatable. Then came the Rumble in the Jungle in 1974. This was not just any fight. It was a cultural phenomenon, a clash of titans that captured the world's imagination. Foreman faced Muhammad Ali in a legendary bout. Ali, known for his charisma and tactical brilliance, was seen as the underdog against the seemingly invincible Foreman. Ali, the underdog, danced around Foreman, tiring him out. Using his famous rope-a-dope strategy, Ali absorbed Foreman's powerful blows while conserving his own energy. In a stunning upset, Ali knocked out Foreman in the 8th round. The world watched in awe as the seemingly unbeatable champion fell.
The loss devastated Foreman. It was more than just a defeat, it was a shattering of his invincible image. He had never tasted defeat like this. It shook his confidence to the core, leaving him to grapple with a new reality. It made him question everything. His purpose, his career, and his identity as a fighter were all thrown into doubt. It was a turning point in his life. The defeat forced him to look inward and reassess his path. The fire in his belly had dimmed. He struggled to find the same motivation and drive that had once propelled him to greatness. He couldn't recapture the same dominance. The sport that had once been his kingdom now felt like a distant memory. In 1977, after a loss to Jimmy Young, Foreman had a profound religious experience. It was a moment that would change the course of his life forever. It led him to retire from boxing and devote his life to ministry. He found solace and purpose in his faith, a new path that brought him peace. He walked away from the sport that had brought him fame and fortune. The decision was not easy, but it felt right. He felt a higher calling. He needed a change, and he embraced it with open arms, finding a new sense of fulfillment and purpose.
Foreman's life took a dramatic turn. He became an ordained minister and founded a church in Houston, Texas. He dedicated himself to helping underprivileged youth. He found solace in his faith and community work.
However, life outside the ring wasn't easy. Foreman had been living large as a champion. He had a lavish lifestyle to maintain, but the big paychecks were gone. By the late 1980s, Foreman was facing financial difficulties. He had a family to support and a church to run. The money he had earned from boxing was dwindling. He needed a solution. He needed a second act.
Foreman started to think about making a comeback. The idea seemed almost ludicrous at first, even to him. He had been out of the ring for years, enjoying a quieter life away from the spotlight. But something inside him stirred, a longing that he couldn't ignore. He missed the thrill of competition, the strategic dance of the fight, the mental and physical challenge of facing an opponent in the ring. It was a test of will, strength, and endurance that he had always thrived on. He missed the feeling of being on top, the sense of accomplishment that came with every victory, the pride of holding a championship belt high above his head. It was a high that few other experiences could match. He knew it wouldn't be easy. The road back to the ring was fraught with challenges. He would have to push his body to its limits, endure grueling training sessions, and overcome the doubts that plagued his mind. He was in his late 30s, considered ancient for a boxer. The sport was dominated by younger, faster athletes. But Foreman believed that experience and wisdom could be just as powerful as youth and speed. People thought he was crazy. Critics and fans alike doubted his decision. They questioned his motives, his abilities, and his sanity. But Foreman was undeterred. They said he was too old, too slow, too far removed from his prime. They believed he couldn't possibly compete at the highest level again. But Foreman saw these doubts as fuel for his fire. He remembered his prime, the days when he was unbeatable. He knew that deep down, the same fighter still existed within him. It was just a matter of bringing that fighter back to the surface.
But Foreman was determined. He wasn't just fighting for a title or for fame. He was fighting for something much deeper, something that transcended the sport itself. He knew he had something left to prove, to himself, to his fans, and to the world. He wanted to show that determination and heart could overcome any obstacle. He wasn't doing it for the money. The financial rewards were secondary. What mattered most was the personal journey, the quest to rediscover his own greatness. He was doing it for himself. For the man who had once been a champion and wanted to feel that sense of pride and accomplishment once more. He wanted to test his limits, to see how far he could push his body and mind, to explore the boundaries of his own potential. He wanted to see what he was still capable of, to prove to himself that age was just a number, and that true strength came from within. Foreman trained harder than he ever had before. He shed pounds, regained his agility, and rediscovered his power. Every drop of sweat, every aching muscle was a step closer to his goal. He was a man on a mission to defy the odds, to silence the doubters, and to reclaim his place in the world of boxing. He was going to show the world that age was just a number, that with enough heart, determination, and hard work, anything was possible.
Foreman's return to the ring was met with curiosity and skepticism. Many wondered if the former champion, now in his 40s, could still compete in a sport dominated by younger, faster fighters. His initial comeback fights were against lesser-known opponents, which did little to silence the critics. He fought a string of journeymen, winning fight after fight. Each victory added to his growing confidence. And slowly, the boxing community began to take notice. His power was still there, and his experience gave him an edge. He was knocking out opponents half his age. These weren't just wins, they were dominant performances that showcased his enduring strength and skill. The doubters were starting to waver. He was proving the doubters wrong. His rigorous training regimen and unwavering determination were evident in every fight. Foreman was on a mission, and nothing was going to stop him. But the boxing world still didn't take him seriously. Many saw his comeback as a novelty, a way for an aging fighter to relive his glory days. The skepticism was palpable. They saw him as a sideshow, a nostalgia act. Fans enjoyed seeing the legend back in the ring, but few believed he could truly contend for a title again. They didn't believe he could hang with the top contenders. The younger generation of fighters was faster, more agile, and seemingly more prepared for the modern era of boxing.
Then came the opportunity Foreman had been waiting for, a chance to prove everyone wrong and reclaim his place among the greats. A title shot against heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield in 1991. This was the moment of truth for Foreman. Foreman, at 42 years old, was a massive underdog. The odds were stacked against him, but he was undeterred. The fight was a slugfest. Both fighters exchanged heavy blows and the crowd was on the edge of their seats. Foreman, with his signature power, hurt Holyfield on several occasions. His punches were as devastating as ever, and he showed incredible resilience. He went the distance with the much younger champion, losing a close decision. The world was stunned. Foreman had defied the odds and shown that age was just a number. Foreman had shown he could still compete at the highest level. His performance was a testament to his enduring spirit and unyielding will. He had earned back his respect. The boxing world could no longer deny his greatness. George Foreman was back, and he was here to stay.
Redemption.
3 years later, at the age of 45, Foreman got another shot at the title.
He faced Michael Moorer, a younger, taller, and faster fighter.
Moorer was the heavy favorite.
Most experts predicted a quick knockout.
Foreman, however, had a plan.
He knew he couldn't outbox Moorer.
He had to make it a brawl.
He had to wear Moorer down and catch him with a big shot.
The fight went exactly as Foreman had envisioned.
He absorbed Moorer's punches, patiently waiting for his opportunity.
In the 10th round, Foreman unleashed a thunderous right hand that sent Moorer crashing to the canvas.
The crowd erupted.
Foreman had done the unthinkable.
He had become the oldest heavyweight boxing champion in history.
It was one of the greatest comebacks in sports history.
Grilling up a fortune. Foreman's comeback wasn't just about boxing. It was about reinventing himself. He had embraced his age, his humor, and his down-to-earth personality. He had become a beloved figure, a symbol of perseverance and second chances.
This newfound popularity led to a surprising business opportunity, the George Foreman Grill. Foreman's marketing genius was simple: be himself. He didn't try to be a slick salesman, he was just George, the friendly, relatable guy next door. The grill was a massive success. It became a household name. Foreman earned more money from the grill than he ever did from boxing. He had become a business mogul, proving his success extended far beyond the ring.
Staying true to yourself. George Foreman's story is about more than just boxing and business. It's a story about authenticity. Foreman never tried to be someone he wasn't. He was always true to himself, whether he was a ferocious knockout artist or a jovial pitchman.
He didn't let fame change him. He didn't let failure define him. He remained grounded, humble, and grateful throughout his life. He understood the importance of staying connected to his roots, to his faith, and to his family. Foreman's authenticity was his superpower. It made him relatable, it made him trustworthy. It made him someone people wanted to root for, both in the ring and in the business world.
Knowing when to walk away. Another key to Foreman's success was knowing when to walk away. He retired from boxing twice, each time on his own terms. He didn't let ego or the lure of money dictate his decisions.
He knew when he had reached his limit in the ring. He knew when it was time to focus on other pursuits. He didn't overstay his welcome. He left the sport with his health and legacy intact. This ability to walk away demonstrated wisdom and self-awareness. It allowed him to transition seamlessly into new chapters of his life, embracing new challenges and opportunities.
The champ's legacy. George Foreman's story is an inspiration to us all. It teaches us that it's never too late to make a comeback. It shows us that success can be found in unexpected places. It reminds us that authenticity is a powerful tool.
Foreman's journey is a testament to the human spirit's resilience, adaptability, and capacity for reinvention. He faced adversity head-on, never giving up on himself or his dreams. He proved that life is full of second chances, and it's never too late to write a new chapter in your story.